What's up, YouTube? Tim Moose here. Now, since this month I'm doing my reviews for past horror movies, and with this week, Exorcist, Big Believer coming out, I'm doing my reviews for past horror films, and with the Exorcist Believer, I'm also doing my reviews for the past Exorcist films. I just talked about the first Exorcist movie yesterday. Now here's my review for a sequel because they thought it was a really cool idea to do an actual follow for this movie about 2 years after the original, because the original, whatever you want, was one of the highest grossing horror movies of all time. So obviously they went right ahead and doing a sequel. Now, if you guys don't know much about the follow up here, instead of Max von Sydow, this time around you have Richard Burton, Hollywood legend right there. Richard Burton, who plays Father Lamont, who is chosen by his superiors to investigate the death of Father Almer, who is played by Max von Sydow, who died during the exorcism of young Reagan McNeil, played by Linda Blair. And so Lamont finds Reagan under the psychiatric care of Dr. Tuscan, who's of course played by Doctor played by Lewis Fletcher, who you might remember from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest fame. By pretty much hypnotizing the girl, and he is able to learn that Marin previously exorcised the same demon from the boy in Africa, and hoping for answer, Lamont travels to Africa in search of the youth. This film was actually directed by John Borman, who directed movies such as Deliverance. He put out Excalibur. He's done some really iconic stuff. So what went wrong with this? This may be his bad in the office. This is not a good sequel at all. Just really made this is definitely in the top tier worst movie sequels of all time. It's just completely boring. It's not as scary as the original. And of course, seeing Louise Fletcher in this, obviously she is best known for playing Nurse Ratchet in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. She is great in this, but her talent is of course wasted, which I believe this was actually. Yeah, this movie actually came out 2 years after One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and of course, a year after Louise, won her Oscar for the film. But yeah, even her talent wasn't good enough to save this film. You also had you even had James Earl Jones popping up, Ned Betty. You even had a very young Dana Plato before Growing Pains fame popping up in this. She actually has an uncredited role. I mean, it's just completely bad. It's completely boring. It was really unnecessary. I mean, this movie, by the way, got trashed by critics. It has a 9% Rotten Tomatoes, which, yeah, well deserved. Now they did do a third one, which is probably a little better, but nowhere still is not great either. But yeah, the script of course was pretty horrible. It's just not even very close as good as the original, and it's just yeah. I mean, a pretty piss poor sequel that's not worth a watch. I mean, if you want to see a better long way sequel, go watch Psycho Choose. Psycho Choose far better. But anyway, let me let you guys. Have you ever seen The Exorcist 2 Heretic? Did, were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Where would you even rank the Exorcist franchise? Drop comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Samuel signing out.